Let's get back to the medtech space now, because we have actually seen the debut of a new company on the ASX 200, or on the ASX, I should say, LTR Pharma, and Dr. Julian Chick, the Executive Chairman of LTR Pharma, here with us. So congratulations on your debut. What are you seeing?
Yeah, well, thank you. Thanks for having us. Yeah, look, I think it's been a good start for the company. We worked well with Alpine Capital, and now allows us to move forward with the rest of the development pipeline and move into, commercialising our product. So yeah, it's been a good debut, I think, particularly given the market conditions.
We're just hoping to get your share price coming up on the screen as well. You raised around $7 million through the IPO price with 20-cent shares. So what sort of demand did you see for that?
Yeah, very strong. I think that was based around the simplicity of the story. The story is, it's an easily understood story. We are developing a nasal version of an erectile dysfunction drug, or ED drugs, best known for the brands like Viagra. But this is a rapid onset, and that's a major part of the market, is being able to give spontaneity back into relationships, as opposed to taking oral and waiting long periods of time. And so, as a result of that, people understood the story. They saw the path forward for us and why we're doing the raise. So raising $7 million, I think we were 3.5 times at least oversubscribed. So very strong demand, and that's probably reflected on how the shares have performed today, this morning, when we listed up from the 20-cent float, as you mentioned.
Yeah, they're now at 40. So congratulations. You've doubled in just a couple of hours on the market. You mentioned there that new drug. Just tell us the importance of this, and I guess helping to take the stigma away as well from ED.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's one of those things that men are very poor at talking about all their conditions and health, but actually erectile dysfunction is a real issue for many men, and also moreover, it's also an issue in terms of how they're administered. So, we saw the rise of the Viagras of this world come onto the market as oral drugs, but as we know, if we take something, we swallow a pill, it takes some time to have an effect. The benefit of what we're doing here is our nasal sprays. It's administered up the nose. We've done clinical studies to show that this is the case, and it's active within 5 to 10 minutes. And so the key there is that you can keep that spontaneous component. And the data shows us that's at least half of the cases. And moreover, the longer people use oral ED drugs, the more likely they are to stop using them because they find them ineffective. So, we see that there's a really great, clear market position for us. We know the product works. We have one small study to do, and that's the reason for raising the capital through the IPO. And then we'll look at submitting to the FDA for approval, and then going into a global launch program. So we're right on the cusp with the business. So
when do you expect completion? Is this not till 2025?
Correct. Yes.
Can you just give us a bit of a time frame?
Yeah. So next year we'll run the clinical study, and then we will combine all the data, and we'll submit that into the FDA towards the end of 2024 into 2025, and then look through that process at the FDA in terms of review. But that shouldn't be a prolonged process, as we know the data package. We have all the data package. We've met with the FDA. We have all of those guidelines. But I would also say that one of the benefits we do have is that there is an enormous demand for this, and it's seen as a genuine issue, as well as physicians seeing that there's a need for this. It helps with, mental states, confidence, all of these things where people suffer this issue significantly. It plays an emotional toll on relationships, etc. So we believe that there may be ability for us to get into some market positions, such as early access, earlier, and see that come through in 2024. So should be solid news flow coming through in 2024, right through into 2025.
When we look at the actual dosage, so you're saying a lower dose, but it is going to be faster effect and delivery. What kind of side effects have you seen in trials?
Yeah, so none. So that's one of the benefits of the lower dose. So we all have heard the stories of the Viagras and be careful of your heart and your heart condition and all of those sort of things, and conditions inside issues. But what we're doing here is we're giving a nasal spray up the nose. allows us to give that quicker onset, as you say, because it's absorbed through the nasal and mucosal layer, but also it means that because it's a more direct route to administration, we can lower the dose, which then puts lower potential for side effects, of which we have not seen yet.